Hello students, welcome to the topic definite integration. Here we will continue entrance problems. Here the first question is integration of sin x raised to 6 into cos square x with respect to dx. Integration goes from 0 to pi by 2. The options are given: A 5 upon 256, B 9 pi upon 16, C 5 pi upon 256, D pi by 4. Let's see the solution. The given integral is goes from 0 to pi by 2 sin x raised to 6 into cos square x with respect to dx, which I can write it as sin x raised to 6 into 1 minus sin square x, right? If I multiply by this sin x raised to 6 inside the bracket, it will be sin x raised to 6 minus sin x raised to 8. Let us integrate it separately. So the first term become integration of sin x raised to 6 goes from 0 to pi by 2 minus integration of sin x raised to 8 goes from 0 to pi by 2. So we have to integrate these two integrals, and for this I'll apply that earlier shortcut, that is integration of sin x raised to n with respect to x goes from 0 to pi by 2, or integration of cos x with respect to x goes from 0 to pi by 2. The answer is n minus 1 into n minus 3 into dot 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 up to 2 or 1 upon n into n minus 2 into n minus 4 dot 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 up to 2 into pi by 2, where n is an even natural number. So by using this formula, we have to solve that earlier two integrals, right? Now look at that. For this two integral, first I'll consider as I6 and I8, since the powers are 6 and 8. So let us solve this I6 minus I8, which I can write it as I6 minus, instead of I8, by using the upper formula, we can write it this way: 7 by 8 into I6. Now look at that. Here I6 is common. So 1 minus 7 by 8, that becomes 1 by 8 into I6, right? What is the value of I? That is integration of sin x goes from 0 to pi by 2. Now let us solve that I6. Here 1 by 8 into I6, by using the formula n minus 1 into n minus 3, we can find out the value of I6. That will become 1 by 8 into, here the first term, is it 5 by 6? Into second term, that will be 3 by 4 into 1 by 2 and into pi by 2, which on multiplication it gives 5 pi upon 256, and that is nothing but your option C, right? Now let's see the next MCQ. Here integration goes from 0 to pi by 2 f of sec x upon f of sec x plus f of cosec x with respect to x. Here the options are A 0, B pi by 4, C pi by 2 and D 1. Now look at that. Students, whenever this type of integrals are there, integration goes from 0 to pi by 2 for all of them, and look at the terms sin x upon sin x plus cos x, or f of sin x upon f of sin x plus f of cos x, or cos x upon cos x plus sin x, cosec x raised to n upon cosec x raised to n plus sec x raised to n, or sin x raised to n upon sin x raised to n plus cos x raised to n. And one more, nth root of sec x upon nth root of sec x plus nth root of cosec x. This type of problems are there, then answers of all the above such integral is upper limit minus lower limit upon 2, right? And that is nothing but, here the upper limit is pi by 2 and the lower limit is 0, so the answer is fixed, that is pi by 4. So look at this, your given MCQ. Here also the integral goes from 0 to pi by 2, so the answer become option B, that is pi by 4, right? Let's see the next question. Integration goes from pi square by 16 to pi square by 4 sine of root x upon root x with respect to x. The options are A pi by 2, B 2 root 2, C root 2 and D 1 upon root 2. Let's see the solution. Put root x is equal to t. So differentiate with respect to x. On differentiation we will get that 1 upon 2 root x into dx is equal to dt. Now since we have changed the variable, now let's see, dx will become 2t into dt, is it? Because it is 2 root x into dx, so it will become 2t into dt. Now let us change the limits. So when x is equal to pi square by 16, the value of t, that is root x, so it will become root of pi square by 16, that is pi by 4. So when x is equal to pi square by 4, t becomes root of that, that is pi by 2. And therefore now the given integral goes from pi by 4 to pi by 2. Here it becomes sin t into 2t into dt, which I can write it as 2 outside. Integration goes from pi by 4 to pi by 2, t into sin t with respect to dt. And students, we know the shortcut for this. In indefinite integration, we have done this formula, integration of x into sine of x, which we can solve it by using u into v formula. The answer is minus x into cos of ax upon a plus sine of ax upon a square plus c. So by applying this formula, we can write the answer for this, that is minus t into cos t plus sine t goes from pi by 4 to pi by 2. Now let us apply the upper limit and lower limit. If I substitute pi by 2, here it becomes 0 plus 1 minus substitute the lower limit, that is pi by 4, it becomes minus of pi by 4 into 1 upon root 2 plus 1 upon root 2, right? If I'll solve it further, then it will be 2 inside the bracket 1 plus pi upon 4 root 2 minus 1 upon root 2. If I'll multiply by 2 inside the bracket, the final answer is pi upon 2 root 2 plus 2 minus root 2. But such option is not given. So the final answer is option D. Thank you.